Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to stream! Boy, oh boy, been a while since I said that one. Hello everybody, how's the vibe today? Yippee! Hello everyone. Oh, thank God it works. I didn't test out my equipment beforehand. Good! Did we sound okay? Are we okay? Hello everybody. Hi, how are you all doing today? How's the vibe? How was your week? How's your energy? Hi, hello Quinn. You have bugs in your eyelashes? You do. That's a true fact. You're my friend. Tired but caffeinated? That's the vibe. Returning to school tomorrow since Wednesday? Thanks for asking. Of course. Good luck with school. Pretty crazy. Alright. We have just finished up a gift for my friend. I gotta make more gifts for my friends. I gotta make more fish keychains. I've been sculpting tiny little fish and making little phone keychains out of, like, phone charms out of them, and I've been loving it. So I need to keep making them. I need to make like 3 more. But alright, we're gonna jump straight into it because I have a lot of things, announcements to make. But as the stream title says, we are doing a lo-fi background today. Pretty cool, pretty epic. One of my lovely mods, could you go into the community tab and check what won the poll? Because I don't remember. And while I do that, we are gonna talk a little bit about what's on screen today. First of all, we'd like to thank our sponsor for this stream, XP Pen. Have an awesome selection of digital art tablets for both beginners and advanced artists. If you're looking for an affordable and reliable digital tablet, go browse their store. You'll find the link in the description of this video. And to everyone who's here, thank you so much for tuning in today, because we got something extra special for you. Stick around because we will be giving away a free class pass valued at $100 USD to one lucky viewer. If you've never taken a class at Wing Canvas before, it is game-changing because you get custom feedback, which is so valuable for creative growth. You can attend online lessons live or asynchronously and get personal feedback and draw-overs on your artwork from your instructor, like me. And even if you don't win, there's a surprise for everyone at the end of the stream, so make sure you stick around. Alright? But before we do that, if you didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. So if you're an art nerd too, be sure to check the links to our social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings, where you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement for our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are a school of illustration. I also want to personally thank our incredible Patreon and YouTube members who support us in making free art education content. Members get access to tons of perks, like exclusive chats with our creators, weekly live critiques on Discord, class recordings, digital art working files from our streams, and discounts on live programs that have a limited amount of spots, so if you want to help support the channel or accelerate your learning, consider becoming a member. Alright. Apathy 1 heart, thank you. But before we get into the drawing today, yes, thank you, Vin. Appreciate you. What kind of bugs in your eyelashes? They're called eyelash mites. Before we get into the actual drawing today, we have our submissions. It's art submissions time. Cool and epic, cool and epic. This month, it's Wingtober. It's our, we are doing a Inktober-esque challenge for the month, where you will be prompted with daily prompts for whatever it is that you daily prompts, daily drawing prompts for y'all for the month of October. So Wingtober, we are 4 or 5 days in. So I've got some submissions from each of those days. First one is from Boxboy. I believe it was Spooky Decor was this one. I play D&D. I'm a fan of mimics. I love me a good false wall, which is pretty silly. Tentacles pop out when a motion sensor is activated. That's pretty cool. I like that. Pretty cool, pretty epic. Thank you so much for submitting. Oh, artist in chat? Artist in chat? Oh. Where? Hey, there you are, artist in chat. Well done. Thank you so much for submitting. All right. Next piece is by Chaotix. This one is for yesterday's, I believe. Oh, no, I don't remember the prompt. It was something tree. Don't tell me! Give me a second. I need to check it. Tree of Curses! That's it. The Tree of Curses. This one's by Chaotic. Thank you. I love this one. Really, really fun. It feels like a person has been cursed and put into this tree. Love the silly little black cats. Silly little voids. Love that. There's a really nice loose quality to these lines that I very much enjoy. Thank you so much for submitting. Well done. Next piece is by Doodles. Doodles in the Discord. This piece... hang on. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Hang on. This piece is for day 2, mood lighting. Pretty cool. Like this one. For day 2's mood lighting, I like this little ghost. I think he's silly. It is very moody. It feels like very candlelit. Love the palettes. I have been enjoying working with more browns lately, I've noticed. Maybe that's just because I've been playing D&D and there's a lot of brown in D&D. But love this one. Super, super cute. Thank you so much for submitting. Next one is by Lit Raven. I think this one was like autumn vibes or something. Autumn foliage. Autumn foliage was this one. Yeah, I mean, you got your foliage in there. Love dappled lighting. Super, super cute colors to pick. Good choice. Everything sort of blends really, really well. Very smart choice to use blues and greens against a very, very orange background. Helps the character stand out a lot better. But this is beautiful. Thank you so much for submitting. Last but certainly not least, we have Vin. Haha, we have the artist in chat on this one as well. Vin, this is a beautiful piece. Love this one. This one I believe was also for the tree one. Tree something. Don't tell me. Tree of Curses. There we go. This one is also for Tree of Curses. The artist in chat. Who is in the account? Kevin. No, beautiful work. I love these really, really harsh, jagged looking branches. Again, kind of the haunted person. The person who's kind of stuck in there. Love that vibe. Love that energy. Yeah, I do feel really cursed with all those like little red strings on there. You don't trust that. Red string, okay. Red string is either like, oh, this is gonna be really cute and it's gonna be like romantic, or somebody's about to die. So it's like you got one or the other, bruh. But no, really, really cool work. It's got a really eerie feel to it. Thank you so much for submitting. Send me a whole poem for the inspo. That's vibes. But thank you all so much for submitting, every single one of you. These are the themes for the entire month. So if you want to have a chance to have your work displayed in the beginning of stream, make sure to submit in Discord. Keep up with the challenge. Pretty cool, pretty epic. By comparison to other months, you technically have a new daily prompt. So you get a new prompt every single day. So every single day for the month of October, you will have a different thing that you are able to draw. Pretty cool, pretty epic. Alrighty, let's get into the actual drawing portion of today. So thank you, lovely mods, for telling me which song won the poll. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play it on stream. I don't think so. It's probably going to be copyrighted. However, that's okay. You can go listen to it yourself. I have turned down the music of this stream enough to where if you turn me to a specific level and then turn your music up to a specific level, you could drown out the music that I'm playing and still hear my voice. I do that sometimes with streams. Hello, welcome in. But today we were doing a lo-fi background. My friends just started a new campaign, and I'm obsessed with their characters, so that's who I'm gonna draw today. Lo-fi backgrounds tend to be like really, really chill. Apathy by One Heart specifically is ambient lo-fi, so it's really, really like deep and kind of like a different kind of chill, that sort of vibe. And I'm like, I Prepared the audio appropriately for this stream, you're welcome. I do that with every stream, because that's how I like to watch streams, is I like to hear the person's voice, but sometimes I don't like the music that they play, so I'm like, I want to listen to my own music, so I adjust audio accordingly. But yes, because this is like one of those, we're basing it off of Apathy by One Heart, rather than like the really, really classic kind of like bedroom that we're sort of used to with the lo-fi vibe. I'm actually gonna go for an almost cityscape thing that I've seen like a lot of people use for ambient lo-fi. I'm gonna see how well I can replicate a city. How well I can do a really fast city. And to be fair, cities don't take me that long, but I'm like, I find that I can't do them that well, so I'm gonna do it. Bugs in your eyelashes? Yeah, they're called eyelash mites. I will not elaborate further. Is there a chance that the Inktober is going to be posting the community posts? I don't know about the community posts. I know that like the streamers, we pick whatever art that the people create in the Discord. We kind of just pick our favorites from there. Is Lo-Fi Girl still on YouTube? Yeah, of course she is. She's got like a whole thing going right now. It's Lo-Fi Girl and then Synthwave Boy. There's like a whole like lore thing that was going on for a little bit. I don't know if that's still going. Giveaway reminder to those that just joined. Some of them might be featured in the community and some socials. Who knows where else? All right. Well, I didn't know that. So there we go. We got our answer. I'm not sketching in the city immediately because I'm like, it's okay. I'm immediately saying this. This is not my character. I am like, I need to say that like instantly. Because people are like, who's WOC? This is not my character. I designed him. He's not mine though. Yes, to participate in the giveaway, must type art nerd in chat. So your partners? Yes, this is Selic. Just started playing as him. He's my favorite. I love this edgy warlock. Yes, it is. Yeah, for a chance to win a class valued at 100 USD. Join the giveaway, friend. How to draw a 3/4 view in the background? I don't know what that means. Do you mean like just like a 3/4 like head angle with a background? That's two separate things. I have to watch the VOD for that. It's not streamed. It's just, they're just videos. So like they are edited and pre-recorded. Tell me how y'all are doing though. What's the vibe this time around? How have you been? I haven't been on here in a really long time. I was supposed to stream a couple weeks ago and then I caught the sickness, so I caught some kind of sickness. I don't know what it was, but my fault for going to a concert, I guess. What would my art taste like? I think one of my students told me that my art would taste like rock candy at one point. I don't know. It depends on what I'm drawing, I guess. I think the majority of the time my work would probably taste like Pop Rocks. Down with the sickness, as one would say. Yeah. I caught the sickness, yeah. The singular sickness. Doing good? That's good. No, yeah. I went to, for those who are a fan of him, I went to the Porter Robinson World Tour concert that came around in Toronto. Life-changing experience, by the way. Lost my mind. I am a changed woman forever. Been listening to Porter since language was new, so that was a really great time. But yeah, no, it was super fun. Never heard of that person? You might have. He's one of those people where it's like, there's a chance that you've probably heard his music and you didn't know it was him. Especially if you're like a nerd or a weeb in like the mid 2010s. Especially if you were a weeb in the mid 2010s, you probably heard Shelter. That's Porter Robinson. At one point in time, Goodbye to a World was trending on TikTok. That's also Porter. Sad Machine got popular for a bit of time. Divinity was used in a Google ad. For those who play video games, he did Everything Goes On for League of Legends. He was once he at one point helped Zed make Clarity, but he doesn't really put his name on that one. The animation memes, yeah. He has done production for other people as well, too, yeah. We see a character, upside view, let's look through the background. That view, I don't know what's called. I wanted to ask, when we see a character for upside view, like it's look 3D and the background in that view, I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry, I'm not too sure what you're trying to say. I cannot help you. Don't have a clue. That's fine. Then I highly recommend you listen to his music. Going to Ren Fair. I've actually never been to a Ren Fair. Can you believe it? I've never been to a Ren Fair before. And I'm like, I really want to go to one, but I don't know any that are like near me. I can't sing it, Quinn! It's copyrighted! Don't do this to me! It's so fun. I really want to go. I wish to go very badly. Went to a Ren Fair about a month ago. It was so fun. I want to go. Ren Fairs are non-existent where I live. I want to attend one. I know that there are definitely probably some around me. I'm just like, I've never been to one. One day I will gather my IRL friends and we will go. This pole right here is in a really awkward position. We're gonna move that. This is causing a tangent with the body. We don't want that here. No tangents here. Not unless I say so. Heard of Skullgirls? I have. Can't say I remember who they are, but I recognize the name. Bro had 8 chances to spell pepperoni right and missed all of them. Hello. Am I uncultured or just dumb? I've never heard of a Ren Fair. Ren Fair is like a super nerdy thing. It's like, Ren Fair is, it's like a medieval festival in a way. Like you go and there people are dressed up as like fairies, and it's a Renaissance fair. Ren Fair is short for Renaissance Fair. So it's like you dress up as if you're like in a fantasy Renaissance era, and you like participate in very Renaissance era things and games and activities and merchants and whatever. It looks like a ton of fun. Like, I really want to do it. But again, I've never been. I think the guy likes pepperoni. Oh, did he come back? That's hilarious. I don't need to sketch in the city. I can do that on my own. This is one of those things where I'm like, I don't need to sketch it in. I can just do it straight because it's not that hard, I don't think. You lit Raven on the top. Artist in chat. Everybody point. Everybody point. Artist in chat. Pretty sick. Everybody point at the artist in chat. Thank you for submitting. Looked great. Artist in chat. I actually want to... Hang on. I want to test something with you guys, too. Alright. Majority of, like, what I'm going to talk about for this thing that I'm working on right now is going to be once I actually get to the color. I want to test something with you guys. Alright? If you have... There's no shame, by the way. No shame, by the way. If you have no idea, like, if you cannot name at least, like, like 6 different elements and or principles of design, put a 1 in chat. Like, off the top of your head. If you can't name at least 6 off the top of your head, put a 1 in chat. Like, if you can't name at least 6 off the top of your head, put a 1 in chat. No shame here. I just want to see something. Can we get an example? The elements and principles of design. So, like, elements of art would be like line, color, shape, form, that kind of thing. And then principles would be like movement, contrast, that sort of thing. Okay. Okay. Not off the top of my head, at least, but I remember them. Okay. Like, if you can name, like, at least 6. Not all of them, but if you can name, like, at least 6. Okay, put a 2 in chat if you don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. Again, no shame here. I just want to see something. Now, put a 2 in chat if you don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay. Thanks, Kevin. Never learned that, but I could probably make up 6 and get it. That's crazy. Okay, because my mentorship students, exclamation point ment, or exclamation point classes, I was teaching my class, and one of the things came up in class, and it was like, what do you call it? What did we learn recently? It was character interactions that we were learning, and I gave them the assignment, which was like, okay, you're gonna have at least 3 characters interacting with each other. All right, and it's like they gotta have some kind of, like, they gotta have a good kind of energy going. They gotta have a good amount of movement, you know, that sort of thing. And every single, like, what do you call it? Every single person that submitted had the same, I had to give them the exact same feedback. And it was like, hey, it's like, you're kind of you're kind of missing your movement here. It's like, I think that they need a little more movement. And then it occurred to me, I'm like, I don't know how many of my students actually know the elements under principles of design. So then I had to ask, and I was like, so how many of you guys actually, like, know? And it was like, maybe like 2 of them. And I was like, whoa, okay, never mind. We are doing these lessons. Because normally how I teach mentorship is I ask my students, like, hey, what do you want me to teach? And then I teach that. But these are kind of crucial. So I'm like, okay, never mind. I am taking over the lessons. We are learning these for the next couple weeks. So we learned the elements for week 1, and then it's the principles of design for week 2 is what we're doing. And I was like, color, line, shape or form, perspective, gesture, value. So you've got color, you got line, shape and form are 2 different ones, and then value is 1. Perspective and gesture are not 2. All those ones that you named are all elements. Gesture would go into movement. Perspective would probably go into proportion. But no, it's one of those things where, like, you learn them and a lot of things kind of just click. Because there are, like, those, like, set things where you're like, oh yeah, it's like, I guess this piece needs more movement, or I guess this blah blah blah. So there's between an element and a principle. I explained it so, imagine you got like a chicken leg or a turkey leg, all right? The elements are the meat. So the elements are like the physical things that you work with and you put them on the page. So like line, shape, form, that kind of thing. Those are your elements. Principles are the bone that's within the chicken leg, all right? So if you have like your principles, that is the stuff that makes all your elements work together. It's the things that holds the structure of your elements together. So if you have like, it's like, if you have a nice heavy composition, right? You've used all of your elements, which you probably will every time, use your elements. And then your principles, it's like, you want to make sure your piece is balanced. If you got a pose going, you want to make sure that it has enough movement. If you're drawing like a scene or a character, you want to make sure you have good proportion, that kind of thing, right? It's the little things that make your elements of art work. It is the logistics of art. So it makes art edible. You can... How long have I been drawing? I came out the womb with a pencil in hand. I was born immediately and had a Wacom tablet in one hand and an inkwell in the other and was like, mother, give me my Kenson tomboy paper. I'm kidding. But yes, I've been drawing for my entire life. It's over 20 years. I've been drawing for over 20 years. But yeah, I mean, we've got a playlist that I made forever ago. I edited like the elements forever ago. If you want to check those out, it's got like the kind of quick, if Vin or Kevin or Joe, if any of you guys want to find those, it's got like the really quick explanations of like the elements and principles, not as in-depth. My students specifically, I'm teaching them in a way that is more heavily like applied to drawing. So it's like those ones, the elements and principles videos kind of tell you what they are in general terms, and then the one that I'm teaching in mentorship is more curated for like, okay, how do I actually apply this to drawing? How's it gonna work? He actually does this in campaign. It just goes straight through the mask, because it's just like a really thin cloth mask, and he just like holds it like that, which is like, again, he ain't my character. But yeah, no, I love Selick. He's one of those characters that's like, me personally, I'm like, born to be silly, forced to be dark and mysterious. That's my opinion on this character. He's a guy. He is such a guy. I designed Selick a really long time ago with my partner. I think we had just started like freshly dating at that point. And I designed him, And when I finished, I looked at the character and I was like, damn it. And he goes, what? And I'm like, this character isn't mine. He's so cool. He's so cool. Because, I mean, it's D&D, so obviously there's more to him than this mask. Because that hasn't been revealed at all. Because he doesn't just wear it for the sake of wearing it. But, like, can't reveal any of that. But no, he was a really cool design, and I was very upset that, he's not my character. But, at least I get to see him being played. That's the important part. Yeah, no ref sheets. Cannot show you what he looks like. But, no, he's fun. I love Selic. Not my character envy. Yeah, because I designed him. I designed 2 of the characters of this campaign, and then I helped with 1 more. I've, like, shadow designed a lot of these guys. We'll design your art style. It goes so nicely. Thank you! No, he's fun. He's a lot of fun. The Art Rose critique streams have helped me a lot. Will you ever do more of them in the future? Not the original ones, unfortunately. We've actually stopped doing the original, like, roast your art streams. I know that we have, like, God, where did it go? Anyway, I know, oh, there it is. I know that we have, like, oh, no, never mind. I lied. So we have no more crit streams planned for this year, as far as I am seeing here. So it doesn't look like we've got any more crit streams for the rest of the year. I can't say for next year, though. I'm not sure. Good question. Yeah. I'm not certain if we're gonna get. I don't think we're doing any more this year, but might do some more next year. I know people love them, so I'm like, I would vouch to bring them back. Always wondered if it's difficult for characters with longer ears like elves and such to brush their hair. Me personally, my headcanon is that elves can move their ears, so I'm like, if they want to just like put their ears down while they brush their hair, that's always been my thing. I like it when elves can move their ears. I think it's cute. I think it's silly. Helped design my best friend's character. I'm jealous because I love that character so much. I want him to be my character. Yeah. I get it. It's a good hand canon. It should be canon. It should just be. Yeah. Okay. I am the kind of person who I'm like. I've said it before on streams. I'll say it all the time. Okay. You have an elf character. You have like a full elf. Their ears. If you draw. Okay. This is your human ear, right? And this is your elf ear. Get out. Get out. No fun. You're no fun. I don't care if that's rules as written. You're no fun. I do intentionally draw Selic's ears shorter than, like, my partner's other elven character, Pierce, who's Korn's dad, because Pierce is an Eladrin, so he's more Fey than, like, other elves are. So I'm like, that's a headcanon where I'm like, Fey, super long ears, because I think that's funny. Selic is Shadar Kai, so his ears are long because full elf, but I want them to be a little bit shorter than Pierce's, but still long ears. I think that it's boring if you have a super tiny ear. Yeah, make them real long. I am tweaking. It's just so much better, dude. Love watching the stream VODs a lot. Very chill to watch you draw, and it's nice to listen while knitting. That's great! I'm glad that you have not gotten annoyed by me just, talking to myself. Because I will talk about anything. My elves have nice long ears. Love the idea of having expressive ears on my elves. Yes, 100%. Ears should be expressive. Ears, tails, alright? I love the super expressive stuff. Is your pen pressure sensitivity high or low? Because your lines are so clean and weighted. It looks very loose. I love it. My pen sensitivity is pretty high. Well, actually, no. It's pretty low. But I am using something called a chisel brush. So depending on the angle that I put my pen at, so these two are at the same, like, pressure, but depending on the angle that I put my brush at, it changes the width because it's a chisel. It's like a line. I'm drawing with a really long line instead of like a shape. And because I have grown to adore the look of a chisel brush. So, highly recommend. Love me a good chisel. Hi, Kay. How are you? How are you feeling? Are you feeling any better compared to yesterday? I drew my elephant persona multiple times. Made so much progress drawing animals thanks to your Drawing Animal Anatomy series. Hopefully there'll be part 3 of Animal Anatomy soon. Is there a part 3? Mods? I don't remember. I just kind of record and then like the editors take it. I'm pretty sure there's a part 3. I could be super wrong. It might only be 2 parts, but I'm pretty sure there's 2 parts. Like, is there? Energy from the art and the energy from the artist is so different. I love it. Yeah. I am... Yeah. I am tweaking a little bit. It's okay. Tiefling whose tails wag when they're happy. Yeah, man! Pierce, again, Corn's Eldrin adopted dad, he got a tail just because he's been like cursed by like a fae, and like it's so fun to draw him with like his tail wagging. It is hilarious. I love it. We also have a tiefling on our party as well, Atros, and his tail wags as well when he's like excited or happy. It's great. I don't think we have a 3rd yet. Okay, I know it's not yet. I don't remember if there's one planned. Kevin might know that. There isn't yet. We usually got a request for her to use me. Okay. Exclusively long-eared elves for like 2 years. Me too. I'm debating giving Deimos reading glasses. There's something so funny about a big old tough guy. When they have to sit down and reach something, they need to pull out a pair of glasses. No, that's hilarious. Have you seen those, Quinn, you specifically, have you seen those comics where it's like a gator and he's trying to do like normal things, but like his nose gets in the way so he can't do normal things? It's so funny. I think you would enjoy it. They're silly little comics. How do you draw a door slightly open from the front view? Door. Way. Edge of door. Door slightly open. You call this it being ajar. Slightly open. Pretty epic. But no, it depends on the perspective. You know how you do it? You get a sticky note. You cut out this shape on the sticky note in the center, and then push it out as if it's a door, and then just position it however you want. And now you have a reference for a door. You can get a sticky note, piece of paper. I haven't stopped. I need to read that. Yeah, they're silly little, like, I think it's done by, like, a Korean artist. They're, like, it's, like, a silent set of, like, illustrations. Just look up, like, gator or crocodile trying to do human things. I don't know what the comic is called. You'll probably find it. They're pretty popular. Such a good idea. Yeah, man. I think every race with extra limbs should have a unique way of showing emotions with them. 100% agree. I think that that is a very based opinion, and I agree with you. Also open a door and use it. This is also, you know what? Kay, you're a smart guy. You can also just get a door. Look at the door. Now we're cooking with gas. We're thinking with our heads. Elf hybrid ears, they get shorter based on how much elf is in the individual. Yeah. No, that I agree with. I am like, if you have a half elf and their ears are a little shorter, that makes super much, that like makes tons of sense. I am like, that totally makes sense. But I'm like, I am super of the mind where I'm like, I don't want a full elf to have short ears, because that don't make sense to me. But if you've got like a half elf and like this is like a person, and then like a half elf's ears are like this, because I do that a lot. Yeah, that makes super sense. Like they're not full elf, their ears wouldn't be as long. 100%. This is a brain power needed to DM. Yeah, see, K in chat, that's Corn's DM. He's been DMing for that campaign for like, oh no, it's been like 2 or 3 years now, something like that. Demos at the. That's who K is? Yeah! Yeah, no, K and I are just actual friends. No, K is the one who DMs for Corn's campaign. Yes. K is the one who DMs for Corn's campaign. We've just started up a Candela Obscura campaign as well. But yes. Damos with the straightest face just wagging his tail like, no, super true. No, I love it. I love that trope of like people with like extra limbs like tails or like long ears or whatever, and then they like get caught in a lie because like their extra parts give them away. It's great. No, I think that's hilarious. Love that trope. As Corn's DM, you have one thing to say. I'm not sorry. That's fine. I like drama. Even if it's really sad drama, I'm okay with it. Yeah, no, Corn's backstory is very sad, but that's okay. I consented to this. I was like, just mess me up, bruh. That's good stuff. Yeah, Corn's DMs and chat. Yeah, man. We just played another session recently this Thursday, and it'll be like the last session that we play for like 3 weeks. I'm so sad. It's good. We're gonna have a long break because a lot of the players are gonna be busy throughout the month of October. October's really, really busy. I must be patient. Want to play D&D so bad? You should. It's a great time. Yeah, I'll line the door. Highly recommend. Yeah, give it a try. It's a good time. I was convinced. I for a really long time, I wanted nothing to do with D&D because I'm like, I'm no good at role-playing, but I find role-playing like to be my favorite part of D&D now. At the beginning of the campaign, everyone said mess me up, and now they're messed up. They're like, damn. Hey, bruh, I ain't complaining. I'm alright with this. Every new monster you throw at us, I'm like, this thing is awesome. Every new sad thing, I'm like, yes, content. This is good stuff, bruh. I can feel my bones quaking, and that's the best part. Kay and I have very similar tastes when it comes to like monsters or things that are scary. So it's like every monster that Kay comes up with, I'm like full trust. I'm like I trust you. This is gonna be awesome. I'm like I don't know. It's like you're saying like, yeah, no, this is gonna be good. I'm like, I trust you. Don't worry. I'm like, I know this monster's gonna be good, dude. Then you should make a group because I also need friends to play with. Yeah, man. All y'all chat and make a campaign together. Do it. It's like my students when they become friends. They become friends outside of class. I'm like, yes, trade socials, become friends. Oh, so true, everybody. It is the founder's birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Faye. I don't even know if she's in chat. I don't think she is, but that's okay. Everybody say happy birthday, Faye. And, like, if she watches the VOD back, then she'll see this. Yeah, everybody say happy Faye. Happy birthday, Faye. Faye birthday! Birthday! Oh. Ooh. Birthday! And you say to me, Jessie, why are you, this background is taking forever and we haven't even gotten to the color yet. Aren't you worried? And the answer is no, because I know this background is not going to take long. Cityscapes do not take me long at all. It's okay. I am not worried in the slightest. Oh, I need to get a Select color scheme. Jessie, this is the foreground. You're so right, but you notice how I haven't done any of the background. Like, Jessie, you haven't done any of it, and it's like, it's okay. I ain't worried. Not mine. This is my friend's campaign. Might in this complexion, yeah, bone white. Selec's whole thing is that he, like, smokes a lot. And it's not only cigarettes, it's, like, everything. He inhales, like, like, if it's, like, fumes, it's any kind of, like, toxic fumes, he will, like, eat that. It's, like, that's, like, his whole, like, shtick. Pets are creepy monsters. I think one of my favorite concepts of the catalog. The catalog was so cool. No, genuinely, I was so into that one. Loved that guy. I loved the monster right before the catalog as well. The one that was freaky and it popped out another mini version of it while it went to go and, like, chase what thought was us. That thing I was obsessed with for a little bit. I was like, that monster is awesome, bro. Love that for this character. No, Selec is one of those characters that you see people talk about and it's like, they're so cute, they're so silly, and it's like the worst person you've ever met. I mean, like, he's not like horrible, but he is, like, kind of mean and, like, kind of standoffish, but, like, that's okay. He's very silly. I think he's very silly. Dude, that thing would have messed y'all up. It was built to eat. I figured. No, I super figured. I was like, it was smart of us to, like, avoid it. But I'm like, it was cool. I was obsessed. Like, the way you described it, I was like, yes, yes, yes. Like, more monsters, more of them. But no, the concept for the catalog is really, really cool. Like, it just kind of, it was just made of, like, the skins of those long gone, you know. It's a drop the lash tutorial. The lash tutorial is exhaustion. Oh shoot, that's what I forgot. I forgot to color in these parts of the lashes. I'll resend a version to my partner later. You will be archived. You will be archived. So true. Is he gonna suffocate smoking with the mask on? No. This is just a thing he does. Like, this is just a genuine in-campaign thing he does. He smokes straight through the mask, which is, like, crazy. It's supposed to be, like, a really, really thin, like, cloth mask. Oh, also, he doesn't breathe the smoke back out. He, like, eats it. It's like, it's that thing, like, it goes in and then you never see the smoke come back out. It's like, that's just, it absorbs into him. He, like, eats it. When I say, like, he eats, like, toxins, like, that is not an exaggeration. Like, it is, like, it's shown very, very early on that, like, yeah, no, he just eats that. Consumes. You don't have to take your mask off, so true. Is seems like a baddie. So true. No, he's very, like... There's another character, Vane. Vane is very, like... You ever see the meme that's like, someone's gonna die, and then the other person's like, oh, fun! That's Selic and Vane. They're very silly together as like a duo. But no, Vane is like, he's like very flirty and very like playful, and so like every single time Vane's like the plaything thing, Selic's like, I'd rather eat a boot. Like, he's not... Selic, I think, is like an anti-baddie. It, like, canonically, I think he just like does not want anything to do with it, which is like fair. My character is edgiest. Kay's character is a ball of sunshine. I love Bella. She's so fun. She's so cute. Is he single? And will stay that way, yes. Born to be baddie, forced to be edgy. My thing with Selic is I'm like forced to be, like, born to be silly, forced to be dark and spooky. That's my thing with Selic. I'm like, he was born to be spooky, or he's born to be silly. He's so silly. Born to be silly. He wants as much fume as possible. It's true. That's such a cool name. Yeah, Selic. His name is Selic. Spelled like that. Selic. There's another character, Ritz. Ritz can't pronounce Selic's name to save his life, so he says salad instead of Selic. It's like, what's your name? Selic. Salad? Selic. Salad. Never says it right. It's hilarious. I love it so much. This party is crazy. It's so funny. No one is forcing her. He's just like this. Salad. Sounds like beetroot in Hebrew. Does it? I didn't know that. Ah, yes. One more midway reminder for everybody, for people who are popping in. Right, we're giving away a free class pass today, valued at 100 USD. So if you haven't entered yet, type ArtNerd into the chat right now for your chance to win. We'll be picking a winner at the end of the stream, so do not go anywhere. Pretty cool, pretty epic. Oh, Selic means beetroot in your native language. Oh, okay. Selic, no, he's just an assortment of vegetables. Oh, what? A beetroot. You ever seen beetroots in Minecraft? It's like a vegetable. Invite your friends. Yeah, everyone can participate in the giveaway. I could just use my wand. I don't know why I'm like let's manual color this. I genuinely don't have to. I don't know why I'm telling myself to. And I'll just like this is faster. I don't know why I didn't do this to start. Just gotta get the flats in here. Oh, what's a class pass? It's the, we're doing a giveaway of one of the classes. So, like, it's like a free class entry for one of the things that we teach. Like, you know, like how I teach. So it's like it's a pass to join one of the classes for free. It's a giveaway for a free class. Manual? No, we don't do cars in art, unless you do, of course. I try not to, but I'm forced to sometimes, and then every time I have to draw a car, I weep. Because I hate, it's like, cars are the singular thing that I despise drawing. I will actively try to avoid drawing cars. And it's like, I'll do it if there is no other option, but, like, I will actively try to avoid drawing cars, because I dislike drawing vehicles in most manners. Which is why this cityscape is gonna be high up enough where a car will not be a problem. Never seen a beetroot. I don't know, I was talking about beetroots. I don't know, bruh. Races Selic, Shadar Kai. Oh, that's what I was in the middle of. I was like, why am I working with this thing? I forgot his earrings. He's got rings too, I'm pretty sure. And I drew them forever ago and I forgot. And I just never draw them. Because I forget. Yeah, Selic is Shadar Kai. Gonna convince Faye you should totally do a car stream. They, fun fact, they've asked us before, not just Faye, but we've been asked in the past, and it's like, hey, it's like, anybody willing to do a car stream? And, like, all of us were like, no. None of us wanted to do it. So yeah, fun fact, it has been in the planning works before, but none of us want to do it, so we still haven't done it. Oh, has Iggy done one? Okay, then Iggy was the only one brave enough to step up and take it. But none of us really wanted to do it. Yeah. None of us really wanted to do it, so we were like, Yeah, Iggy, if Iggy actually took it, then yeah, he's the only one brave enough, I suppose. But no, the rest of us, we were like, I remember asking, like, we got an ask a while ago from Faye, and she was like, hey, anybody here want to do a car stream? And like all of us are like, not particularly. Me included. I was like, no. I think I just outright said no. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. It's like, sorry, it's not me. I am not the right person. Because I cannot. Here's the thing. The reason why I hate drawing cars is because I can't find a rhyme or reason to it. I am never able to draw a car without heavy reference. I am like, I cannot. It's the one thing that I really struggle with visualizing for some reason. And it's like, I can do like everything else except for that, which is really, really annoying. My mother just sent me a picture of fudge. She's offering to buy me pumpkin pie fudge. Yes, please, mother. It's actually done on my birthday, but this guy draws mechs all the time. Yeah, no, Iggy is great with mechs. I am okay with mechs. I don't think it's nowhere near my specialty. Like, I can do it, but not reliably. It's why I don't offer them on my commissions, specifically. But no, Iggy loves that stuff, so he's really good with it. Love your mom is a great text to get. Yeah, man. But yeah, no, cars are the one thing, I'm like, every single time I have to draw a car, I have to look up a ton of references, because I cannot draw one off the top of my head. I have never been able to memorize one, and I don't enjoy doing it either, so I'm like, I don't ever try to like really improve, quote unquote, with cars, because I'm just like, I despise doing it, and I'm like, I want to avoid drawing them, so I just suck with cars and most vehicles. Life in prison or draw a car. Jessie, prison. And there was a quote from one of my students a while ago, long time ago, a couple years back, and she was like, what did she say? She was like, teachers should give, hang on, I wrote it down because I have a little file on my phone, a notes file on my phone of like things my students say. Yeah, things my students have said to me. There it is. My teachers should make kids draw ornamental windows in perspective for detention. That was One of my students said that to me, and I think I laughed for a solid, like, 3 minutes. Yeah, my teachers should make kids draw ornamental windows in perspective for detention. That killed me. Diabolical. Yeah, it was super funny. Oh, here's another funny one. One of my students said, maybe we should be comedians instead of artists. The second student said, I mean, they get paid the same. And the third student said, what do you mean paid? That was funny too. Drawing is a hobby and a fear. That one's good. I remain politically neutral when it comes to Weezer. We have fun in these classes. This is incentive for you to join that giveaway. We have fun in these classes. Alright. We are going to start on this background now. Handmade quote books are such a vibe. It's not handmade, it's just on my notes app on my phone. But no, it's funny. My students are funny people. I like, especially the ones that I've been teaching for like ever. Those kids are funny. I like them a lot. What I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just color adjusting because this is going to be because of the what do you call it? Because of the song that won the poll. I'm gonna be basing it off of that. If you haven't heard Apathy by One Heart, highly recommend you go listen to that. Good song. Music class is all about learning. I am very much of the mindset, my classes specifically, I really like to not only teach, obviously, but I really like to connect with my own students. So I'm like, because I think that with me specifically, when I was in school, I always remembered my classes better when something interesting happened in class. And like, if you're constantly making jokes with your classmates, or if you're, you know, you got some things that like happen in class and it's like, oh yeah, this really funny thing happened, then you memorize your class better. So I'm like, yeah, no, it's first of all, it's great to learn about your students, to get to know them better. But second of all, it's more fun that way. I don't want to be part of a class that's too serious. That's no fun. So, I mean, my students and I today, I teach digital art right before this. I have 2 classes. One of my students, or not one, but we were all talking about, like horror games and how bad the rest of the horror games made by the Until Dawn team were. So I'm sorry if you're like a Man of Medan lover or whatever. That game sucked. I'm sorry. A real stinker. It was a bad time, okay? And I will stand by that because it was all a dream trope sucks. How do you enter the giveaway? You just type in Art Nerd in the chat. You'll be entered. The comic creates a lives in my head rent free. The comic with the guy just trying to get eggs killed me. That also still kills me. That comic was so funny. That wasn't even me being like polite. That killed me. Just like look what you guys are doing to my store. So sorry. We will leave immediately. Just like no pause, nothing. Just like, so sorry. We will leave. It's murdered me. It was so funny. Hey, Seven, how's your day? It inspired me that level of funny. Same, dude. It was all a dream, or none of this story happened, are the worst tropes. They're the worst tropes, okay? I'm gonna spoil this game because it's been years and I hate it, so I don't want any of you guys to go watch a playthrough or buy it. Man of Medan was like the worst because it started out cool because it had like a ancient like Chinese fortune teller, and I was like, oh my god, is this going to be like like ancient Chinese horror, because that's really cool. Asian horror is really, really cool because you get a lot of really good folklore and stuff out of that, right? I was really excited for a little bit. No, and then they changed that, and then it became like zombies on a boat, and I was like, okay, whatever. Man of me, Dan. Yeah, genuinely. And like you'd think, and then I was like, okay, whatever, I guess. And then like, not 2 hours into the gameplay, right? I was like, hang on. The only time that monsters are ever showing up is when they're in rooms filled with these like chemicals. Are these all just like chemical fever dreams? And like I wasn't really into the game at that point, so I just kind of skipped to the end of the video. I was just watching a playthrough. I skipped to the end of the video just to see what it was, and I was right. It was just all caused by the chemicals. There was no real monsters there. It was all just a joint hallucination, and that sucks. I was like, that's so boring. I was like, no! I was so angry. My favorite series, not even a horror series, ended with a universe reset. Nothing happened. It has been 10 years since I read this ending. I'm still livid over it. Oh no! What is it? That sucks. Typed Artner, but I don't... Oh. Yeah, no, that's the worst tropes ever. Genuinely the worst tropes. Man of me, Dan. Only one example of it was all dream sort of thing that has ever worked was Hollow Knight, even then it isn't exactly that. I have not finished Hollow Knight. I actually don't know how Hollow Knight goes, but I trust you if you say that it's, like, pretty good. Because everybody says that Hollow Knight's good, so. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Let's turn that down. Oh, it's so good. The Last Dragon Chronicles by Crystal Lacey. I don't know that one. I apologize. Do I have any favorite webcomics? I do. One that I read a lot when I was younger, The Boy Who Fell. I don't remember if that... I don't know if that one's still going on, actually. That one was really, really good. I really like Countdown to Countdown. That one was super good. Electric Bones was really good for a while. I mean, not for a while. I just haven't read it in a really long time. That one was really good. Trying Human while it was still running was really good, too. Soul to Call while I still read it was really good. I got a lot of like webcomics that I really liked. It's been a very long time. I haven't read a webcomic in a super long time, but no, I used to read them all the time. Like that was like my daily reading when I was younger. And it's been a really long time. I really should like get back into reading webcomics, frankly. Like I should just get back into like reading more frequently. Because I was like, I had like a whoa! What happened there? I I had a point of time earlier this year where I was getting really back into reading, and it's like, and I haven't read something in a really long time now, and I'm like, I gotta get back into it. I finished a book over the summer, but like I haven't read anything for a really long time. I'm so sad. Cast Off? I don't know that one. Countdown to Countdown's wonderful. Yeah, I met the artist in person a few years back, and she was really, really sweet. A great time. Actually, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna leave that for a second. I think I know that one. Cast Off? I do? Oh! I recognize this one. I recognize it. I haven't read it, but I recognize it. I haven't read this one, but I do recognize it. That looks familiar. Oh, the one you said? Oh. Thanks, Kay. Kills me. Got art block in September, and this month I'm in a Halloween event, then I get it. And then I'm gonna get it done? Yeah, vibes. Shiloh is my favorite webtoon. I don't know that one. Or if I do, then I don't remember. We are going to do this really, really quickly, just so it's easy to do this. Okay. We're gonna do my favorite thing, which is just layer on the buildings and hope it looks good. Nevermore? Okay. What brush did I use for the line art? I used a chisel brush, and trust me when I say you do not need a specific kind of chisel brush. Chisel brushes are just kind of good no matter which one you use. So you can use whatever chisel brush you're feeling. And like, it'll probably operate the same. No cars. We are not drawing a car. Thank you. I actually want to make this lower. Yeah, it might make more sense if I have this down here. What I'm doing right now is I'm kind of working with like a half perspective right now. This isn't, nothing in this is gonna be like super like, whoa, that's crazy perspective, but it's gonna like, I'm working with something called atmospheric perspective, and it is a thing where the area just looks different because of the atmosphere. Like it's smog. It's essentially just smog, and like each layer of buildings, quote unquote, looks a little bit different just based on that. So that's kind of just what I'm dealing with right now. I'm not really gonna do anything absolutely nutso for these buildings. I kind of just want a specific vibe, I guess. Well, not vibe, sorry. I want a specific, like, silhouette. And as they get a little closer, I'm gonna make it just slightly lighter each time. Then it gets a little bit, then each layer of buildings get a little bit bigger. Cause yeah, we're like, maybe he's just super far up in the air. Neat background, thanks. It's a little basic right now, but that's okay. Backgrounds are so fun to draw. Backgrounds are super fun to draw. I love drawing backgrounds. I wish I could do them more. I just don't have the time. If it is for something outside of work, I am like, the most recent time I drew a background was for a commission, and then like I have not done a background for myself recently. I'm half planning one that I want to do pretty soon, but again, I don't know if I'll have the time to do it. Like, I hope I will, but I'm not sure. Jessie stream always makes me remember how much I want to do one of her classes again. Vin, join us. How do you go about drawing things behind your vanishing point? I remember seeing a drawing of a cityscape and the buildings that were really far back weren't following the vanishing point. I mean, they're probably wrong because the vanishing point, the thing with the vanishing point is that is where everything goes towards, right? So if it is so far back that you can't even see it anymore, it has reached the vanishing point. So that is past your point of vision. So like, a vanishing point is where everything just kind of disappears into, essentially. But, no, I mean, there is a really, really advanced, like, art principle that sort of dictates that, like, technically every object has its own perspective. And that's kind of hard to grasp. And, like, I don't teach it because it's really hard to grasp, and I haven't grasped it entirely yet. So it's like it's complicated to teach. So like I tend to not teach it. There's the city brushes. I should have been using this guy. Should have been using this one. Yeah, because these are, yeah. These are like the distant lights. And there's like these building thingies. I'm gonna be using this one. The Devon L. Kurtz brushes. Yeah. Easy. I'll do that one later. Notice the Kirby cursor? Oh, you haven't seen my cursor? Yeah. OBS doesn't pick him up, but he's walking. You'll be able to see him walking if you become a member and join the critiques. Pretty cool. Pretty epic. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's actual, like, cities. Yeah, I should have used this brush. Man, should have used these. Ugh, it's too late now. I've already picked my poison. It's okay. I'll deal with it later. They're cool brushes, though. Do one of Jessie's classes together sometime, see if we can recruit more D&D players. If you want to try and recruit D&D players in one of my classes, you're gonna have better luck with my mentorship than my my digital. Just a background fiend. I love me a good background. Oh, if you're a background fiend, shish. Here. I just finished the lines for a kind of crazy looking background for a comic page. Oh no, this isn't the right one. It's the next page. It's this one. I just finished the lines for this bad boy. Yeah. I want y'all to take a look at like the sketch initially, right? So this was the initial sketch. Right? And then I was like, okay. And then I went to CSP and I lined it. And I was like, I hate how these lines look. I am like, these lines are no good. So I'm like, I'm going to reline this entire thing in Photoshop. And I think that there's a really noticeable difference. All right. So this is the before CSP, after Photoshop. Right? If I zoom in an area, you can tell the difference between these lines, and that's just because Photoshop can handle my brushes better because they're technically built for the program. So it's like the Clip Studio Paint lines, Photoshop lines. And I want to fix Clip Studio how it handles my chisel because I want that perspective ruler from CSP, but yeah. Where's the vanishing point? Far over here. Way, way, way off to the side. When you're doing backgrounds, more often than not, your vanishing points are not going to be on the page. They're going to be way, way, way far away. Do you also like the RTX off pigs and then the RTX on pigs? Yeah. Because the original sketch for the pigs, they were a lot more pig-like, and I was like, no. I can make them silly. And that's what I did. What is the point of drawing a pig if they're not silly? You know? And then I've got another crazy background that I gotta do. I got this panel too, where all the perspectives from above, but I'm gonna freehand this one because I think I can get away with something a little more loose. But this one I couldn't, so I popped it into CSP to use the perspective ruler, but yeah. So there you go, that's my art outside of Wing Canvas. when I have more time to do it and I'm not limited to like 2 hours. So trust me guys, I could draw better than this. Yeah, RTX offers RTX on pig is very silly. The silliest. Love it, love it. Color theory is nuts because these, like, if you look at like my color picker, these blues are so dark, but they look so light against each other, and I'm like, it's too light. But no, it's just the color interacting with each other. It's like I can calm down. It's okay. How silly. Okay, well then... just do that. Have one of these. Yeah, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this. Take that, go all the way back there. Then what we're gonna do... so we're gonna play with some brushes. Let's see what this pack's got for me. I'm actually gonna pop this window out. Let's see. Windows. I don't really want the windows right now. Bricks, railing pipes, etc. Not for me. City noise. Far buildings, distant lights. Let's try you. What does this look like? Let me... okay, I mean, this is just like... yeah, these are just like really, really distant lights. This would look good probably if I just do it on like here. Yeah, because this looks good on these kind of far buildings here. Let's start with a slightly darker yellow first. Yeah. And then what we're gonna actually do, I needed to use my soft brush, I apologize, I've lied to you all. Let's take this, we're gonna go just a little bit orangey because of light pollution! So we need to account for that as it comes up from the buildings. Can I resize this window, please? Photoshop. There we go. Thank you. Color theory gaslights me sometimes. Color theory gaslights everybody, but luckily we have a video on that. So if you want to go look at the video that I did on a Chevrolet's rule of color theory, might help explain it a little bit. We love light pollution. No, we don't. We do not love light pollution. But yeah, see? And then we have it a little bit more orangey because, check that out. Doesn't that look funky? What we're going to do is we're also going to manually pick out some of this and make sure that the edges aren't being touched by the yellow too much, because this doesn't make sense here. Not on this tower either, but what we are gonna do, we'll take the yellow. We are going to do this magic so it looks like we've got some light at the ends of the tower edges here. Aha! Look at that! Cool! Oh boy, light pollution! Don't worry, I'm also gonna put some stars in the sky because I also hate light pollution, so I want some stars in the sky. A rare zoom on a Wing Canvas stream. Yeah, I know you guys get to see the real zoom in here. No, but yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll use that city brush again. Where are you? There we go. Distant lights. What do these ones look like? Nope. Don't like that. Don't like that either. Don't like those. These are too blocky. What do you look like? Okay. You're like fine. Don't love it though. Don't love you either. Yeah, this one really is the winner. I like this one. Excuse you. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this. I've actually never seen the stars in person because the light pollution and smog is so bad where I live. Oh my god, travel! Go travel! The stars are everything! I live in like a city-esque area and like we've got some light pollution too, but not so bad to the point where I've never seen the stars before. I can drive maybe an hour out and I'll be able to see the stars, but yeah, please, like, do yourself a favor and travel. Oh my god. You'll lose your mind, Quinn. Trust me. Alright, we're gonna do something cool. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this before. I'm gonna do something called selective color. When you go to like image, adjustments, selective color, what you can do is you can select a specific hue that might be on the board there. So right now I've got a really heavy blue going on and I kind of want to change it back to I want to make it into more of a yellow. So I'm actually kind of just adjusting the color here a little bit more. Come on. We can work this out. I'm kind of noticing the hue shifting a little bit. What I'm actually going to do again is I'm going to do that again. Because this one is going to kill me a little bit. There we go. There's the yellows. Let's, yeah. Turn up the yellow and turn up the black a little bit more. Yeah. And then what we can do is we can do this one. Let's darken that section. But we don't want it too dark. Cool. And now the windows are unaffected. So the windows have been unaffected by the color change to the back. It's all on one layer, so that's my bad. But, and then I'm gonna preemptively change this one just so then I don't have to deal with that. Cool. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to... Like, I didn't want to change necessarily the color of the windows. I just wanted to change the color of the towers. And with that, now the windows are unaffected, but the color of the tower is different. I wish I lived somewhere with visible stars. Seriously, I live in Scotland. Why can't I see the stars? Me in Canada, it's like I can see the stars sometimes. Where I live right now, like my house, I'm like, yes, I can see the stars. But the, like, again, if I drive like maybe an hour out, the stars are a lot more visible. So it's a lot better. But, yeah, no. I love that my original plan was I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make this composition pretty blue. And then I turned to good old faithful yellow because I like my oranges. I'm like, I can't give them up. I'm like, I know that we're going for a different kind of ambient, but I'm like, I like my cityscapes. I like my lights in the night. Like, I know we're talking about like light pollution sucks, and it does, but I am unfortunately a really big sucker for cityscapes, and I am like, I live near a pretty big city, and I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, I can't lie. I love the city vibe. I am a city girl, but yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, I would like to go and see a dark spot at some point with the. Where there's little to no light pollution. Might be cool. Look at that! See? Cool. I'm probably gonna blur some of this, actually. So that it's more in the background. I'm actually gonna, like, blur all of it. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. That way. Haha! Look at that. That's nice. We'll get rid of this. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And that way, it feels like it's more in the background. Pretty cool. Wish Canada was real, right? So that also means then I gotta change this. So let's go to... Well, actually, maybe no, I don't. We're just gonna make it less blue. I'm gonna darken this overall. Yeah, lean it to purple instead. Yeah, that feels better. There we go. And then we can focus on underlighting. This is the cigarette. Yep, okay. Cool. And then the light source is going to be coming from up below. So we're going to do that. Oring good. Yes. Light pollution's okay when it's in 2D. I feel the exact same way about smoking. Like, I don't like smoking in any capacity unless they're fictional, in which then smoking's pretty cool. Only when they're fictional, though. Gaussian blur, digital artist's best friend for backgrounds. So true. Genuinely, that's it. That's the one. I'm gonna work with soft light, because this one will give me a slightly less harsh overall light look. Oh, let's turn this off. Don't want pressure by opacity right now. Yeah, smoking is awesome if there's no negative consequences. Exactly. It looks so cool, but only when they're not real. I'm like, fictional characters look awesome when they smoke. Real people, not so much. Because I'm just like, you are dying, actually. This is like a slow death. That's not cool. You are actively ruining your lungs. Like, that is genuine tar you are putting in your body. See how nice underlighting looks? Underlighting is, like, lighting from below is so good. I think artists overuse lighting from top down, and we should do more lighting from beneath. I am of no exception. I do lighting from beneath lighting from above all the time. I just think we as a collective should agree that lighting from below has a lot more aura. Oh, it's so satisfying with under the eyebrows. Ugh, love it. It's so nice, bro. Ugh. I'm a one-trick pony with lighting. I love getting crazy with lighting when I have the ability to. Just because, like, lighting is just so fun. Lighting is so fun. It's so satisfying you get some of the coolest stuff with lighting. And I'm like, again, one of those things. I'm just like, could have named these better. This one is create more light than my light bulb. Yeah. Lighting my beloved, bro. So true. Okay, and then I want to add some more light to the hair. This one's gonna be like a lot of just like playing around. Because I still want a little bit of extra like highlight in the hair. Oh, this should be above. This should be like over here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, then this one needs to be like this then. And then the inner side. Actually, the inner side should be like that too. For the heavier highlights, like the reflectivity of the hair. Gave this piece of advice to one of my students recently. The texture is really, really important. And actually, no, it was Quinn. I gave this advice to Quinn. Texture is really, really important. Because what it does is it helps define difference in the material that is around you, right? And in this case, right, I'm like everything, because it has the exact same shading method, all kind of feels like one texture. So I'm like, that won't do. So I gotta fix that. So we're gonna add some sharper, more intense highlights to the hair to give it a more wet look, right? To make it feel shiny, right? Because hair is more reflective than like a shirt would be. So you gotta kind of, that's mostly with painting. But like you can also like really, really easily apply that to, yeah, like you can apply that to like anything really, and those highlights that you use are like crucial, or like those highlights and those shadows. Just today, one of my students, they were asking me, how do you paint like grass? And it's like the thing that defines the form is your shadow, right? So when I am painting in grass, I am like, no, I'm not going to paint in every single blade of grass, or no, I'm not going to draw in every single blade of grass. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a flat layer of grass, draw little blades every once in a while, and boom, you get grass. And then same thing with this shadow, right? You add in little edges of grass, so it still gives off the texture of grass, the texture and the feeling of grass without all that work, but it's a texture difference, right? So you have more variety, you have more contrast between the different things that are in the scene. Hi, Faye, everybody point! Say happy birthday! Birthday! Everybody point. Faye and chat. Point and say happy birthday. Yippee! Hooray! Thank you. I'm doing my best. Might actually want like a sharp, like a darker spot on here too. That might actually look good. If we have like a, ooh, that does look good. If we kind of have like that going on, yeah. So let me have more texture definition going on here. But then the problem is that he blends into the background. So actually maybe not. Let's remove that. We're going to figure this out together. Well, maybe if you've got a little bit of light from the moon, maybe we want something else there. Can also just do this magic just for the hair texture to go on here. Yeah, this lighting's fun, but it's hard. Not today, but I'm celebrating today. It's alright! Birthday! Honorary birthday. Yes. That's okay. Sometimes when it's your birthday, it's less of a birthday and it's more of a birth week. So, like, we can just, like, pretend that's the case. That's how I do it sometimes. It counts. I'm grounding it. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do some slight cheaty lighting because we're gonna have some light that's like our secondary light source going on here. This one's gonna be from the moon, even though we can't see it, or just like the light above us, and this just kind of gives, I want some more definition in some of these shadows, so that's what I'm gonna do. There we go. I'm like looking for the color. I want some more slight light variation in this, so I can give a little bit of just slight highlights on some of the back here. And again, this sort of just implies there's one more light source above us. And it just kind of helps carve out some of these forms. Is it realistic? Not necessarily, but it's okay. Cool. And then I'm gonna add some occlusion shadows, because that's important. For those who don't know, there are two different kinds of shadows. Alright, two different kinds of shadows. You got occlusion shadows, you got cast shadows. Your occlusion shadows are the ones that are not caused by lighting, but they're caused by proximity of objects to each other, right? So these clothing folds, that kind of thing, these pants overlapping the shirt, the inside of the ear, right? These are occlusion shadows, and these are shadows that are caused exclusively by things closing in on each other or just general, like, proximity of things, right? Cast shadows are the ones that are caused by the actual casting of a shadow. So, like, these shadows that are going on right here, these are cast shadows. They're caused by lighting. So all shadows that are caused by lighting, cast shadows. All shadows that are caused by proximity of objects, occlusion shadows. It's a very, very gamey term, but, like, game arty term, but it still applies. So if you ever hear somebody say, like, oh yeah, they've got occlusion shadows baked in, and talking about video game design, or video game art, they are talking about a generated map that they created, or a generated lighting thing that they created, and what they did was the computer took information from, what is this? I don't even know what this is. I'm getting rid of this. This is the background. What that means is they took information, they took all of the objects in the scene, and they were like, okay, generate shadows based on where everything is placed. And they're like, okay. And so they do that, and they create occlusion shadows based on proximity rather than shadows based on, whoopsie doodle. You create shadows based on proximity rather than shadows based on, like, where your light source is. So, there you go. That's what that means. What I'm doing right now is a glow. This is a slight bounce light. The reason is because, realistically, if you have kind of heavy lights going on, you're gonna have a little bit of a glow. I always like glow that's bouncing off of the objects that is lighting up. Me personally, I just really like the look of it too. helps define the character as well. So without glow, with glow, you can kind of see the very, very slight difference, but it's noticeable. It's there. Let me actually... I should have done this. I should have taken these colors. Let's do this too. Jessie, why is all your shading on one layer? Because I didn't bother to make another layer. If one works, then I don't want to make another one. Figured out how occlusion shadows work from going to the gym and noticing that the crevice of my arm makes a shadow anywhere. You learned art from most random stuff, I guess. Yeah, I learned how to make occlusion maps from school, and then I properly grasped occlusion shadows when I started to, like, teach it properly. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess this is how that works. Brick! You see? Now it feels like bricks, and I've done nothing but add a couple little rectangles. Slay. Don't even need to do anything. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Cool. Adding a second shadow because I can do that. Oh, that's why. I was like, why is it going on so heavily? I'm like, oh, I didn't change that. What I just did there was just a slight color change. It was just a little bit of lighting that went on there, and then this part is being blocked by silic, so there's a little bit of shadow goes on over here. Just finished a piece, post in Discord after stream. Vibes. Yeah, do that. I didn't bother making another layer. Me sitting here with 70+ layer pieces. I hate putting a bunch of layers. I can't do that. I just struggled with bounce light until I saw my coach's bald head in a yellow room. You know what? That's fine. I finally figured out how to teach lighting when I saw like a specific like way that like a little switch on my wall was lit, and I was like, I know how to teach this now. That was my like, oh, so I understand completely. It's okay. Whoopsie doodle. Let's color in some of these lines. And then we can almost call this done. So now I want to do a little bit of color adjusting. Just to see how those look. I apologize if you can hear the street noise behind me. I hope you can't. But again, I apologize if you can. Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot, which one's the hard light layer? There we go. Oh, this one's not even like, it's okay. Okay. I'm gonna kind of guesstimate a color. Yeah, these are shiny, so we want to make sure that they come off as shiny. Yeah, there we go. Cool, yeah, there we go. We want to make sure that we kind of get the idea of them being shiny there. I practically have a layer for every brush stroke. I can't do that, bruh. It ain't happening. No layer challenge. IRL drawing. Genuinely. We did a lighting stream. I think I talked about Gestalt or something. Some kind of color theory on stream. And I drew Neptune on one layer. I picked all my colors on one layer. I'm pretty sure that was a stream that I did recently. I never remember anything that I've ever done, so like correct me if that was a stream or if I did that for something else. Like I'm fairly certain that was a stream, right? Neptune with her snom. It was not a snom, it was a Pincurchin. It was Pinchy. My evil Pincurchin. I love Pincurchin, bruh. Angry little creature. Pincurchin. Yeah. Okay, so that was a stream. Okay, perfect. I wasn't totally misremembering. See, by adding some color variation to the lines, it makes everything feel a little bit less angry, I guess. It makes things feel a little bit less intense. Thank you, Joe, for the $10 dono. Appreciate you. Okay, we're gonna do what I like to call a fix layer, which is just manually painted in things just to make stuff feel a little bit better. A fix layer is just one of those things that I like to do where it's like everything's said and done. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more just to give some things some definition. And that's just a me thing. Like, I do not need to do this, but I will because I can. Or like I do little tests, or I do little like, oh, maybe this will look good, maybe this will look good, and then if it doesn't, then I erase it. Like, I realize I probably should have done my subsurface on a different layer, but that's okay. Like, realistically, this doesn't need subsurface or one of these kind of like extra little lines, but I want it because I think it looks pretty cool. You see that difference? It gives the shadow a kind of transition layer, makes it feel a little bit stronger. Love that stuff. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think art, like digital art especially, is like 99% final touches. And it's those final touches that make or break a piece really, really easily. Because like sometimes you can add a final touch and suddenly everything feels way better. Like blurring your line art, or like adding these like transition colors between your shadows, that kind of thing. It like bumps everything up and it's like, yes. You know? Again, like, notice the difference. It kind of helps blur the edge of the shadow a little bit more and gives it a bit more definition. Subsurface, yeah. Oh yeah, 3D printed meat is real. I remember seeing that. Or wait, was it meat? It was 3D printed something. I remember it was like something biological that they 3D printed, and it was like, whoa, what the heck? Or am I totally misremembering? I feel like I remember that. Are you putting secrets into my brain? 3D printed heart. Was it a 3D printed heart? I was like, I remember something got printed recently, and it was like, I'm like, and it was like more biological, and it's like, whoa, technology. Oh, made out of lab-grown stem cells, 3D printed meat is an edible rendering of a meat-like product created from an additive manufacturing process. Oh, okay, there we go. Your false memory moment, genuinely. A chromatic aberration on the eyes, that's another one. Yeah, I love doing chromatic aberration on the eyes. That's some of my favorite thing ever. Let's add a really sharp highlight to these poles so then they feel metallic. Oh, and then I can also right here as well. Yeah, and that gives it, there we go. That lighting is right there too. And then we're gonna do cool. We're gonna fix the color of this as well. I love ribbony smoke. It's some of my favorite stuff ever. I think that it looks really cool. Again, a me thing. This is not a rule or anything. This is like, yes, I like this aesthetic kind of deal. Huh? Hi! Hi! True, it's true. Guys, look, it's Celic's player. This is who stole this character from me. I'm kidding. He didn't steal him. He asked me to design him. This is Celic's player. This is who plays Celic. This is who plays this guy. Wow, wow. How are you? How are you, Crow? You didn't just wake up, did you? Oopsie doopsie. Player in chat. They're bullying you? Who's bullying you? My chat is not bullying you. They are doing what they are instructed to do. Does Crow also play Pierce? Yes! Crow also plays Pierce. Crow and I started playing Pierce and Corn before we started dating. So it was like, it just ended up being coincidence. And then we had planned already for like our characters to know each other and that kind of thing. And then Pierce adopted Corn, and then I think Crow and I like either started dating shortly after that, or like we had just started dating. Woo! Thank you for the gifty, Kevin. Woke up at 1:30. Cryo called me to that. Also, no, I did not get Cresselia. Oh no! Oh wait, have you been streaming and then I missed your stream? No! Oh no, Quinn just asked. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, cool. I know that this is supposed to be like a lo-fi stream background, and then I got really, really carried away. So let me just like copy this here. We're gonna say this is full. I'm gonna take this, merge this, move this. We're gonna try, just for fun, we're gonna do this magic. I know we're getting to overtime, but like just for fun, I want to try what would have happened if I made this whole thing blue. That's kind of funny. If we made it more blue. That's kind of hype. That overlay that does kind of look fun, but no. But what I can do is I can do this magic, filter. Or no, image, adjustments, gradient map. Yeah, and then we're gonna pick this one. I'm gonna have one that's a multiply layer. Have that really, really low. Then we'll have one that's an overlay layer. And we'll have it even lower. What this does is this kind of helps sort of bring all the colors together, makes them all feel super, super strong, right? So before, after, and this kind of gives it all, makes it a little more atmospheric. Oh, you know what I should have done for the fixed layer? I should have also done like this. Just to do that. There we go. So then the mask is separated from the mouth. Okay, cool. 5 o'clock. Thank you all so much for joining. Before y'all go, hey, stick around, cause guess what? We're picking the winners now. Ha ha ha. The giveaway was going around. We're picking the winners now. Time to pick those. Thank you, baby. So mods, get ready. Mods. I can see you. You're getting ready. Yeah, so last chance for a giveaway entry. If you have not entered yet, again, type Art Nerd all caps in chat. If you have not entered to win a free class giveaway. So if you have not entered into this giveaway, better do that now. And type Art Nerd in chat and stick around for your chance to win one of 4 of our $100 free class pass prize packs. Announcing the winners in a couple minutes. Or like in a second. So Kevin, Vin, Joe, let me know when you're all good to go. Lo-Fi Bees to Slay Dragons, dude. Except he's like in New York or something. I'm actually just gonna save the file for this real quick. Look at that! Winner is Frenzy Feline. Thank you so much for joining in. Frenzy Feline, you are the winner. You can claim your prize by emailing us at hello@wingcanvas.com. You can also go to our website to choose your classes first and find our contact info there. So again, you won. Congratulations. So you can claim it by emailing hello@wingcanvas.com. Or you could go to the website and choose your classes first and find our contact info there. So congratulations so much, Frenzy Feline. Thank you so much for entering in. And other surprise that we got at the end of the stream here. Because if you didn't win, no worries, no worries. We still got something extra for everyone who joined live. For the next 24 hours, you can use this special promo code STREAM20 at checkout for live for 20% off any live class. That is any live class valid for the next 24 hours. This is currently the biggest discounts that we offer for live classes, so this is your chance to level up with your art with us. Code expires in 24 hours, so go register right now. So you've got 24 hours. You can use this code to get 20% off the next class. So pretty epic. Again, valid for the next 24 hours only. So if you didn't win, that's also something good for you. But hey, you know, don't know too much about us, don't know too much about the studio. You're kind of here, you popped in, you're like, what the heck is going on? No worries. wingcanvas.com. We are an art school. We're a school of illustration. If you'd like to sign up to our classes, wingcanvas.com. Again, a promo code STREAM20 for the next 24 hours. You get 20% off the next class that you sign up. Pretty cool, pretty epic. So be sure to cash in on that. This file that you see in front of you will be available as a JPEG on our Discord. Join the Discord for our intro entries as well, so for a chance to have your artwork featured on stream. That fun jazz, you know, or just talk with other art nerds. Me specifically, I am on there, but I'm most active in the members chat. So if you want to have access to that, join our Patreon, become a YouTube member, one of those two. And again, this stream is indeed sponsored by XP Pen, who have an awesome selection of digital art tablets for both beginners and advanced artists alike. So if you're looking for an affordable and reliable digital tablet, go browse their store. You'll find the link in the description of this video. All right. Came out amazing. Thank you. I did my best. Who is streaming Sunday? I believe it's Iggy. Iggy is streaming on Sunday. What are you streaming? Iggy is streaming this Sunday, turning iconic characters into cheap costumes. That is what Iggy is going to be doing with you guys this Sunday. And then next week, Saturday, oh, it's me again. We're doing an art style study with Junji Ito, master of horror manga. So we'll be doing an art style study using Junji Ito's style. Pretty cool, pretty epic. I'm excited to do some funky lines for that one. But all right, thank you all so much for joining me this stream, and I guess I'll see you next week. Au revoir, bye-bye.